Pahrump, are you getting tired of being capped on your internet? Well, not anymore. Wave Direct has no data caps, and with great local customer service, why go anywhere else? 30-day trials are available. Call 775-253-3887.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Tonight on News 46, an award is presented to a senior volunteer. The public is invited to meet a special guest at Rotary, and it's bingo night at the High Desert Film Festival. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Jason Kodlitz. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, June 3rd, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. As of today, 2,424 voters have taken advantage of early voting for the primary election. Nye County has 23,415 active voters and 26,416 inactive voters. Early voting ends this Friday, June 6th at 6 p.m. The primary election will be held on Tuesday, June 10th. For more information, you can contact the Nye County Clerk's Office at 751-7049. Nye County Animal Control has sent more than 60 animal cruelty counts to District Attorney Brian Kunze regarding the dead animals that were located on a property on the west side of town. News 46 was on scene with Nye County Emergency Services Director Vance Payne, who now says they have identified the previous owner and his whereabouts, although the identity will not be released until charges are brought forth by the District Attorney's office. DA Brian Kunze stated today that they are waiting a necropsy report to determine the cause of death for the animals first. A 3-time Emmy Award-winning weatherman will be speaking for the Pahrump Rotary Club tomorrow night.
This week, President Cecilia Thomas has invited Mike Chalinas from MikeChalinas.com to come out and address our Rotary Club this week.
Who's Mike Chalinas?
He used to be the weather guy at a TV channel in Vegas, and he has produced and gotten together an internet program that has great weather and information, some trivia and things at MikeChalinas.com. He has some local weather watchers now. I was asked to be one of them, so it's kind of fun to be part of the program. We're hoping that he's going to bring his Weather Nuts program to our local schools here in the fall. We're trying to get with the local school district to bring his program to the kids, and also a program for seniors, and maybe even a weather school sometime during the summer. So we're hoping that some of these new programs will be something new, positive, and awesome. And Mike is a great speaker. He's been in the industry for over 32 years. He's not presently on TV, so he could venture out and do something on the internet. So you go on there, his weather is accurate, as well as watching KPVM for our local news. But he's a great person. We're going to be meeting at Mountain Falls, 6 p.m., June 4th, which is tomorrow, Wednesday. And if you'd like to come, you need to RSVP to me. I'm Julie Hargis, past president, at 775-513-0960. There's a $7 charge for the guest meal, and Mountain Falls is the yummiest food. And we meet just down the hall behind their grill room, so give me a call. Come on by, even if you call me at the last minute, just so we can give them a head count. But great personality. We're hoping KPVM can stop and meet him too. It'll be great to have somebody new come to visit Pahrump.
So this all begins at 6 p.m. tomorrow night?
6 p.m. tomorrow. It's just an hour meeting, and stop on in.
I'll for sure be down there. Volunteer Joe Richardson received a surprise this morning when he arrived at the Pahrump Senior Center.
Good morning, people. Up here at the Pahrump Senior Center. Today, I'd like to present an award, an Act of Kindness Award, to an individual who was nominated to me by Pastor Ron Fairbairn, who's not going to be here today, but I'm not much of a speaker. I was hoping he'd be here to follow up, but I think I got Don to say a few words too. This plaque has gone all around the world to the troops in Afghanistan, Boston, Aurora, Sparks, Nevada, Prescott, Arizona, and when I started, I wanted it to mean something. I wanted it to mean about the people that care about others, our troops, our seniors, and our veterans, and our little children in children's hospitals. So I heard about this young man. You are young, I hope.
Very young.
You never stop. So anyway,
Very young.
I would like to present him an Act of Kindness Award for all the work he has done for the seniors up here. And I know everybody appreciated it. That's why I got a round of applause. So I'm going to let Don say a few words about Mr. Richardson.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard me a little earlier, Joe's been around here for 12 years, and he's got a great history behind him. He does a great job, and normally I don't get to compliment him because if I do, they get big-headed and then they slack off on me. But Joe knows what he's about. The people of Pahrump knows what Joe is about. He's one hell of a fine gentleman. I am proud to say I'm a friend of Joe's, and I got his friendship. On behalf of the Pahrump Senior Center and the citizens of Nye County, Joe, we thank you very much, and I would like to have your vice chair with us.
Congratulations, Joe. Well, I'm telling you, the Senior Center must be the place to be, because when we come back from this break, another award that was presented at the Pahrump Senior Center. Stay tuned.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Integrity Taxi. Reliable, safe, and fun. Call Integrity Taxi at 751-1111.
Welcome back to News 46. Town Board member Dr. Tom Waters held a presentation recently for the prostate cancer support group named S2.
At this time, I'd like to say again for the Senior Center, there have been many times we've had presentations here with different doctors. Again, Dr. Lawanda has been here at least a couple of times. And what we like to say to the Senior Center in this presentation, to this entire staff and to all of you, Pahrump Senior Center, in appreciation for your continued support of the Pahrump chapter, Us2 International, we sincerely thank you. The Prostate Cancer Support, Education and Support Group, we have 2013 on here because we had planned to present this earlier than today. So thank you all, and thank you, Senior Center.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'd like to thank you, Tom. It's part of the board's community outreach program. And Jim Gregory, thank God for him. He was the starting factor in all this prostate cancer. And hopefully we've done some good with it. The information is out there. You guys are able to use it. And hopefully we can knock this terrible cancer down. So thanks again, Tom, on behalf of the board, Shirley, and Dolores, and BJ. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, here's Noah, who brings us today's Angie's List report on how to increase your home's value.
This time of year, homeowners are eager to spring into action and get started on home improvement projects. But the key is tackling projects that will increase your home's value. And today's Angie's List report, 3 home improvement blunders to avoid. Shortly after moving into her new home, Heidi Berkeley discovered a plumbing problem that cost her more than $500 to fix.
The plumbing under the sink is really, really old, and it was all metal plumbing. So when he took it apart, it just fell apart in his hands. And he snaked it and changed the vent boot up on the roof even, and still we couldn't get any clog to come out. And so I had the plumbers come out 3 different times, and finally they just had to replace all of the plumbing in the kitchen. So that was a big expense I wasn't expecting.
There are countless home improvement projects you can invest in, but Angie's List says don't go into project planning overdrive. You need to be selective because every project won't add value to your home. Real estate agent Nancy Burke says when you do choose a project, it's important to follow through.
There are a lot of times we will meet with a potential seller and they'll say, oh, and we just finished doing our kitchen floor. We've installed a new bathroom floor, or we've put in a new shower enclosure. And my husband and I, which work together, hold our breath because typically the homeowner may start a project with great enthusiasm and fails to finish out the project.
Angela says if you want to add value to your home with improvement projects, there are 3 common mistakes you should avoid.
So be sure that you balance your needs and your wants. So maybe you want a new deck and you need a new furnace but only have money for one. Be sure that you invest in those needs first because it'll be a better return on your money.
You also want to avoid over-investing in your home.
Remember, kitchens and bathrooms are 2 of the best things to invest in because they get the best return on investment, usually around 85%. But don't over-invest here. The goal here is to keep up with the Joneses, but don't be the leader in your neighborhood. If your neighbors all have 2 bathrooms, don't put 3 in your house.
Another big mistake homeowners make, not taking enough time to do your research. A project installed poorly won't add value to your home. Hire a reputable contractor.
Painting is another really common thing that it takes a good steady hand to make a good steady line, especially where you're cutting into your ceiling. So be very cautious when you say, oh, I can do this myself. You may need a professional.
Angela says unless yours is the only house on the block without a pool, it's not a good idea. In most cases, you won't get back even half of the money you spent when it's time to sell the house. And typically, home offices and sunrooms aren't a good idea either. A buyer may want that space for something else, like a bedroom or playroom. The return on these investments for these projects is about 60% or less. I'm Noah Began for News 46.
Thanks so much, Noah. Public land mining is big in Nevada. There are more than 200,000 active mining claims on lands managed by the Bureau of Land Management in the state. These claims must be filed and paid annual fees to be valid. Locating, mapping, and filing mining claims correctly will be the focus of a free workshop offered by the BLM Nevada State Office on Thursday, July 24th. To attend the workshop, you can RSVP by calling 775-861-6641. When we come back from this break, we're going to introduce you to a congressional candidate. Stay tuned.
I'm Norma Jean with Realty Executives in Action. Do you have any real estate plans for 2014? Why not put your plans in the hands of an executive? It costs no more to have the very best. Put our experience to work for you.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Meet congressional candidate Crescent Hardy.
Well, I'm a 5th generation son of former ranchers out of Mesquite, Nevada. My grandfather was actually the first baby born in Mesquite. My great-great-grandfather was the original settler of the valley. So my family's been around since the 1870s, and that's one of the reasons I'm running, is all about family.
So right now, District 4 is being held by Stephen Horsford?
It's held by Stephen Horsford. I believe that we can remove him from office this term. Looking forward to it. I'd like to see him be able to go home and spend a little time with his family.
What's some of the things that you would like to see change within that district if you're elected?
Within the district, my number one priority when I get to Congress will be, first of all, I want to make sure that I have the best constituent outreach of anybody in this state. I want to make sure that I'm aware of what's going on. But the number one thing I'll do as a goal to get this economy moving is jobs and economic development. As anybody that knows, in order to have a strong nation, we have to have jobs, and it has to be sustainable jobs. And so it's essential to get this stagnant economy moving with those jobs. And I'm going to tell you, from my standpoint, as a businessman of 20 years, no business is going to expand its business or create new ones as long as there are higher taxes, as long as there's overburdensome regulations, as long as we keep putting unfunded mandates in front of them. and that's my goal, is to try to change some of those and make this a little more, what do you call it, a climate where businesses want to create those jobs, want to invest, provide opportunities for anybody that wants a job, can have a job, and to be able to keep it.
Well, the short film Bingo Night competed for the Lulu Award for Best Comedy at the High Desert International Film Festival held at the Prump Nugget.
Bingo Night is about an elderly woman named Ethel who can no longer pay for her cushy retirement home, and rather than go live in public housing, she gets two of her friends to help her rob the local bingo hall.
And three older ladies, one of them I recognize from the Austin Powers movies, right?
Yes, Mindy Sterling. She was Frau Farbissina in the Austin Powers movies. We also had Lynn Stewart, who most recently plays Charlie's mom on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then more, you know, like her big claim to fame, among many other great films, was she was Miss Yvonne in Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yeah.
Everybody stay calm and no one will be harmed!
How'd you get these actresses?
Lynn was, basically what happened was that we had a run-in with Lynn very, very casually on an interview. And looking at the footage, we just realized she was perfect for the part, and we're like, we have to get in touch with her. We have to figure out a way to, like, get her this script. So we do what every aspiring filmmaker who has no idea how to contact their dream casting does, is we went on IMDb Pro, looked up her agent, and sent him an email with just like, hi, and we have the script, and we'd love for Lynn to do it. And 3 days later, she called me back, and she was just like, I love it, I want to do it.
Do you find that some of these bigger actresses like to come back down to their roots and do smaller short films sometimes?
You know, I had a conversation with Lynn about that, and I think that was, you know, we got lucky in a way. We did something right without realizing we were doing it right, is that, you know, the film about, like, you know, old ladies robbing a bingo hall, those characters are totally against type. It's not like the standard role that they're getting. You know, they're not playing, you know, the grandma or the mean teacher or something like that. They're playing, you know, these really, like, tough women who are going out and, you know, waving guns around and, you know, taking money.
It's true. It's something I've even recently noticed, too, as well, because we're putting some older actors that are male in some of these roles, but the older female actresses are not getting these.
Yeah, you know, I think it's something where it's just, like, at a certain point, you know, you want to be getting new stuff and new things to do. And if you find a script that's good enough, and even if people aren't experienced, sometimes these actors are willing to take the risk, or at least take the meeting, you know, and then it's up to you to, you know, really you're auditioning for them more than they're auditioning for you. But at that point, it was just like talking about what I wanted to do and what my vision for the project was and how much I thought they would work for it, you know.
Such a great movie. I love Bingo Night. It was really fun to watch. Here's Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Tuesday, June 3rd. I'm Angela Miles. Walmart is once again #1 on the Fortune 500 list. Right behind Walmart, 3 oil companies, Exxon, Chevron, and Phillips 66. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is #5, followed by Apple. This is the first time Apple has cracked into the top 10. Rounding out the list, GM, GE, Valero, and Ford. Americans are kicking into higher gear when it comes to buying cars on credit. Auto buyers borrowed a record amount in the first quarter, taking on all-time high monthly payments of around $474. Consumers are also spreading out payments over a longer period of between 6 and 7 years. And bidding for the ultimate power lunch stands at almost $500,000. Every year, Warren Buffett auctions off a lunch date. The bidding opened Sunday at $25,000. It's already up to $350,000. It's likely to hit $1 million. The money goes to charity. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Your weather with Noah Began right after this break.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Tuesday, June 3rd. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 95 degrees. That's also your average temperature at this time of year, so it's supposed to be hot outside. Go figure. Winds were coming from the southwest today at 6 miles per hour, with gusts up to 11 miles per hour. The UV index today was 10, which is very high. Humidity was at 13%. was at 528 this morning, and the record high in 1957 was 107 degrees. Tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 65 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 71 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 8 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 19%. Sunset will be at 7:57 p.m. And the record low in 1961 was 53 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 98 degrees and a low of 66 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 11 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 18%. Sunrise will be at 5:27 a.m. and the UV index will be 10. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly sunny week. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the high 90s, going up to the mid 100s through the beginning of next week. So it's going to be hot out there. Make sure you stay hydrated. Your low temperatures will be starting off in the mid 60s, and they'll be going up to the low 70s through these next 7 days.
Thanks so much, Noah. Over 220 Pahrump Valley High School seniors are expected to graduate this Friday night during the 2014 commencement ceremonies. All of us here at KPVM TV would like to congratulate the seniors on their achievements and remind everyone that if you would like to purchase a copy of this year's Pahrump Valley High School graduation, you can pre-order a copy now by calling 727-9400. That's 727-9400. We will also be selling pre-orders at the event on Friday night. And that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. From everyone up here at KPVM TV, have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.